Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into today's video, I want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. I see you, I appreciate you, and thank you for joining my budgeting crew here. For those of you who are visiting my site for the first time, my name is Rose, and I'm all about getting my finances in order. If you're a returning viewer, hey budgeting buddies, hope you are all crushing your financial goals for this month. For me, May started out as a huge roller coaster, but I'm not giving up. We're going to ride out this storm and we're going to do it together. All right? So, this video is all about my budget check-in. See how I'm doing, because remember that your budget, it's not about setting your budget and forgetting about it. One, life happens and there are so many unexpected pop-ups, and sometimes we do get spend happy. So that's the reason why I do my check-ins. Even if I don't do a video, I'm checking as I go just to make sure that I am still within my budget. Okay, so let's go ahead and review my spending. Let's see if I can catch any slip-ups, and let's just adjust. I'm in the middle of this pay period. Another one is coming up soon, so I just want to make sure that I am on track, I am on target, and to keep myself motivated, because honestly I've been a little bit demotivated recently, but we're going to get through this. All right, so you are looking at my monthly budget worksheet. Last pay period was May 15th, and I'm covering expenses between the 15th and the 31st. Okay, so the combined income was $3,050. There was no additional income. All right, so let's get into the categories to see what we did. But let's switch over to the consumer debt tracker just to take a look at the bills, the credit cards that were paid for this pay period. All right, so all these cards were paid for this pay period, and that's a total of $492.16. When I did the budget, I did run that figure up to $493. I paid these two cards earlier in the month, so I did not put the figures over here in the amount paid because I just wanted to track what I'm doing for this period. All right, the cards were paid, so I can put this to $244.19 here, and I can put this $230 and the 94 over in this column just to track that amount. Let's see. Okay, so personal loan was paid as well for $621, and the second loan for $383 and 16 cents was also paid. Okay, so now I can just switch back over to the May budget worksheet, and I can go in and add these figures because these were paid. So the first step, it's not a must, but I do like to do update that worksheet, my consumer debt tracker worksheet, as well as updating my budget worksheet. It's probably repetitive, but I do like to do that. 383.16, and credit cards were paid for $492 and 16 cents. Let me just double back there. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to my expense tracker, and on the expense tracker I mainly track my variables, my subscriptions, my fuel, and groceries, because I already have my credit cards and such on the consumer debt tracker. All right, so let's review the transactions on the variable expense tracker. On the 15th, my Toyota subscription came out for $8. My TubeBuddy came out on the 16th for $7.50. On the 16th, we did fuel for $53.42. On the 19th, we did small grocery shopping for $39.59. On the 20th, we did fuel again for $48.10. We did grocery for $124.24. My Apple subscription came out for 99 cents. On the 21st, I did fuel for $35.09. Okay, so on this side, I do the totals for each category based on how I have it set up on my budgeting worksheet. So for grocery, the total was 163.83. For fuel, 136.61. And for subscription, it's $16.49. So let's go ahead and update the spreadsheet with those. I can start with subscription here. I'm just going to make it a little bit easier for myself. Fuel and groceries. Okay, so now that I've updated my debt section, I've updated the variable, some of the variable spendings. Let's go back over the entire budget worksheet based on each category. So for housing and general expense category, we did not pay rent for this period. No water was paid for this period. I paid this $25 for the gas connection fee. I paid the $50 for the electricity connection fee. There was no internet charge for this period. Cell phone was paid for $347.48. That was paid in full. Fuel, I budgeted $150. To date, I've used $136.61. So we have $13.39 remaining for fuel, which I do not believe is going to be enough to take us through the end of the month, especially for the bigger vehicle. That's always like $50+ to fill that one up. So my husband will probably have to use my car for the rest of the month since I'm working from home, just so we can stay in budget for this gas line item. For groceries and toiletries, which is my biggest concern and my line item that I'm always overspending on, I did budget $60 only because I was thinking of getting just vegetables and meat, and I ended up spending $163.83. I spent $124.24 when I went to the farmer's market, and the other spending was at Kroger for $39.59. I am still trying to get the spending when it comes to grocery shopping under control. Even though I take stock of what I need, I always tend to get spend happy when I go grocery shopping. And I don't know why. But if you have any tips, please drop them in the comments for me. Right, so for car insurance, I did budget $410 for car insurance. However, that's the new rate that will come. I believe that's going to be for the next period. So the rate for this period was actually $326.70. Oh no, let me undo that. $326.70. Alright, I'm still trying to get to understand this, how they charge for car insurance. I don't really understand it much, so I don't know why, because last month we paid $393 and this month it's $326, and I know for a fact that moving forward is going to be $410. No medical co-pays, no prescription for this period, no life insurance for this period. Okay, so for housing and general expense category, I budgeted $1,042.48, but I spent $1,049.62. So for the overall category of housing and general expense, I am over my budget by $7.14. Okay, savings and sinking funds, there was no activity here, so I'm just gonna fill these spots with zeros. It's the same for personal and discretionary, so I'm filling with zeros. And we already went over, but the debt section, So overall for debts, which include car payments and credit card personal loans, I budgeted $1,972.29. I paid $1,971.45, which is just 84 cents under what I initially budgeted. For miscellaneous category, there was no tithe, no giving. For subscription, I budgeted $15. It was actually $16.49, so that's $1.49 more than I budgeted for. For unexpected or did not budget, I had this $20.23 parked in the account just for coverage should in case there needs to be. So this $7.14 plus this $1.49 was taken out of this $20.23. So I have $12.44 left in the account from this pay period. So when I checked the account before I did this budget check-in and update, there was actually $20.76 left in my expense account. So, and I know that the extra was from the period before. So I am on point with regards to this pay period. Even though I went over budget for groceries, I'm still within spending range for this period. Hopefully, I will not have any surprises for the remainder of the few days that is left before the next payday, and I'm just hoping and praying that everything will go well. I'm just gonna put this here as 7.14, so that's $8.36. All right, so let's take that out. That was I overspent for the entire budget $8.36 after the offset from each categories. Alright, so there you have it. Until the next video, thank you for watching. If you do like this content, please consider subscribing for more budgeting videos.